I'm back. I had 19 things open on my phone, so I had to turn them all off. Okay, so we're ready to add the flour, but I'll go back because this is a new video. Joy of Cooking, page 711. Roll cookies. This is sugar cookies. You can make them richer by adding more butter. So I've got equal white sugar, because I want them to be white. I didn't add brown sugar. White sugar and butter and almond butter, coconut butter. So it's mostly coconut butter with some butter in it. I'd say 3/4 of it is. And then 2 eggs. But you know what? We need more than 2 eggs because I doubled it all. So I used about a whole cup of sugar and a whole cup of butter and a teaspoon of vanilla and 2 eggs. And I'm about to use the 2½ cups of flour with 2 teaspoons of baking soda, baking powder in it. 2. Just 2 and teaspoons, not tablespoons, teaspoons. And I don't know if you were here when I told you last time, about 11 years ago. It's important that you take your stuff and you put it in your hand, like for instance, here, let me do it with, okay, so I'll take a teaspoon of salt. Okay, shake it off, make sure it's level. Okay, and then you put it in your hand. Okay, and now see how big that pile is? See how it fills my hand? See how much that is? That's 1 teaspoon. You need to know that. So measure it. This will save you so much time in your life. Searching for the teaspoon for the thing, and it's the wrong one, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's 1 teaspoon of salt. Now, a tablespoon is 3 teaspoons. So, it's not quite full. I have to fill it up or it won't work. I don't know where it is. Okay, end of idea. We go on. So I have not put in. I doubled the recipe, so I used about a 1/4 cup of butter, and I used about 3/4 cup of coconut butter, and I used about a cup of sugar, and I used more than a teaspoon of vanilla. I probably used 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I used 2 eggs, so now I have to use 2 more eggs. Thanks for letting me remember that. Do you know how to open an egg? You take it and you hit it against the side of a hard surface, and then you've got a crack like that. You turn it upside down, you stick your fingertips in it, and you pull it apart, and you end up with 2 halves. If you have to separate it, you let it roll from one into the other while all the yolk is going down. All the white is going down. But I don't have to separate it. 1. And that's 2. Okay. We'll add that. See, we need to use a lot of moisture. Well, I guess we're not using a lot of moisture. We're not making it into cake or anything with milk or water. I never could use milk in a cake. But milk really makes a difference. Oh, it's so thick. Well, you know, if you go to a fancy restaurant and they've got the most amazing food, you'll find out that there's cream in everything. But if you don't have arthritis, it's great. If you have arthritis or cancer, casein in milk is a promoter of cancer, and it also makes my muscles hurt so badly. Awful stuff. Okay, so now we're going to add 5 cups of flour. I'm doing this without the grandchildren. I like having my house be my way. So 5 cups. So I'm going to use my 1 cup measuring cup. That's 1 3/16. This one, however, is 1 cup. that great? Look at that. Every attempt shows improvement. I like my little flowers on the end. Some of them stayed while the firing process went on, but some of them didn't. C'est la vie. Alright. Would you like to turn so that you can actually see a little more of what's going on? There we go. This is not in your way. This is in your way. But you need this up higher, don't you? We're going to go through that again. Okay. There we go. You dip, level, pour. One. You should stir it in between each one. I never make these, you know. I just never do. I've always thought, well, I don't want to make those. I'd rather use oatmeal flour and molasses and add raisins and dates and, you know, like, or chocolate chips. These are actually the same as chocolate chip cookies, only this don't have chocolate chips. Never pack your flour down. 2. Now how am I going to remember it's 2? I think I'm going to take a spoon out of the jar. I'll take a fork and I'll put it on the oven for every one I do. So I've got this for the second one. I never did that before, but that's so smart. Because there's no way I'll remember all this talking I'm doing and how often I change the subject. But doesn't that look scrumptious? Man, I just love to eat sugar cookie dough, right? Like the butter and the sugar. Okay, so we're going to get another fork out, which is actually a knife, and we'll put that on the dishwasher, and we'll put our third one in. Now, some of this flour can be on the table, right? I think. No, maybe not. But you have to refrigerate this so that you don't need to have electricity to bake. You don't need to have a beater. A big wooden spoon, which you can get at the dollar store, free for $1 or something. Or even a regular spoon. It can be just a regular spoon from your drawer if you don't have any baking stuff. You really should have baking stuff in the cupboard. So you should have baking powder and baking soda, family molasses, and or cooking molasses or whatever. Molasses is good in milk. You know, molasses milk. Molasses is really good for you too. Okay, so we now have, I see because I have my silverware somewhere. Ta-da. I have 3 of them, and then it looks pretty good. I mean, it's definitely more than the 2.5 it needed for half of the recipe. And don't let there be a big pile of flour underneath this that just happens to be left there. Do what you can do to get rid of that. Just squish it in more. And one way to, you know, like squishing is the best way to mix cookies dough like this. You don't have to be trying to beat it in a circle. And if you use a beater, it might break. I have broken beaters before making fudge back in the olden days. My brother used to like peanut butter fudge. Okay, that looks pretty good. Why would I add any more? 3 cups. Oh, look. My son Daniel is visiting with me now. 4 people are watching. Merry Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas today. Okay, so let's put you over here. What happened here? All right, hi, sorry. Oh, we are backwards. Okay, there we go. Sorry. My son is having an epiphany and he's telling me about it. It's very interesting. He's a very smart person. I have very smart children. Okay, so it's a problem to be too smart, though, you know. You really have a hard time just doing the normal, regular, what's expected stuff. Okay, so it says I need 2 more, but you know, if I was going to cook these in the oven and I cooked them now, they would really be perfect. So I'm going to put them on the table and I'm going to, or on the counter here, and I'm going to roll them out. I like that stand, that means it doesn't sit in the goo. I'm going to roll them out on a towel, though. One with a very tight weave. Okay, so I'm going to put you over here so that we can all be sort of looking at the same thing. Move that pumpkin away. Okay. So I need 2 more cups of flour. Now I could do it on here, but I have to really clean this again. Yeah, that's nice to do on there. If you have a butcher knife or something like that that's got a flat edge, like a whatever. Because we've been making a lot of cookie dough and stuff on here. I hope this isn't bothering your sensibilities. We didn't touch any chicken or meat or anything here. Okay. Now, if you put a little bit of flour on first, if you have left it a little bit damp, let me see something here. What's going on? Sorry, I'm just reading what my son said. Very interesting stuff. He's figured out what happened to Eve. What happened. It's very interesting. Okay, so I'll put some flour down. So this is the rest of my 2 cups of flour that's going to end up on the table. Actually, that's probably 1 cup. But I don't need to put much of it there. I just have to make that so that the surface is dry. Very dry. Alright, and then I'll take some. And you don't want to roll it too much. You don't want to roll anything too long. So it's better to start with a small piece than a big piece, because if you take a big piece and you cut pieces out of it, you're going to end up wanting to my cupboards aren't as big today as they were yesterday. Okay. Which is why stuff is sticking up. It's actually probably that jar or something. I don't know what it's scratching on. Where's the rolling pins? You put a little flour on your rolling pin because you don't want stuff sticking to that either. You have to slide it around a lot because you don't want it to get stuck to the floor, to the counter, to the surface. So you get it to what you want it to be thickness as. And I see here I've got some chunks of almond or coconut oil that never melted. So those are going to really mess up my These were previously used gingerbread men. Okay, so and then you push it all the way down and then you kind of shake it. And then you slide it over onto your Desmond has been putting stuff on the counter. He's got these little sticky things and he sticks them to my cupboard doors. One says 4 plus 2 equals 8, 3 plus 3 equals 6, 100 plus 8 equals 108. Kind of cute. I don't like using this pan. It's kind of all got stuff on it now. We have 2. I don't have 3 trays. Okay. So now we have to butter this. Now my mother used to say, you take some butter on wax paper. I don't have any room here. I don't have room here. But I just use my fingers. Or you could use the back side of the butter. Like if you've got a paper that was on the butter, right? You turn it over and you use that to grease your pan. Otherwise you just take some on your fingers. Or you can use oil. Just use oil all the time and you can easily just spread it around. Let it roll around and then drain off the extra into the next pan. I used to do that for bread pans. I used to make bread every week. I think I should show you how to make bread again. Okay, so there's your cookie. Daniel's saying again. Sorry. Good, better, best, right? Important and not important. Well, he never writes this much. But it's all backwards. It's all upside down. So I have to go to the beginning, which is way down here now. Wow. I'm sorry that I can't share that with you. That was very interesting. Okay, touch that. There we go. I'm sorry. We're back. A little break there. Respond to him, but I didn't get. Merry Christmas morning. Merry Christmas. So we have here one gingerbread man. Then you put your fingers in and you just push them out. See, and then you can decorate them. So make another one here. Stick it down and shake it a bit. It's really important to know the Savior. It's really important to know about spiritual stuff. That one's got a big chunk of coconut oil in his head. There are some problems with not using a beater thing. But, you know, life goes on. These are turning out amazingly well. That one's a little too short, so I'm going to make a patch here, which will fall off, of course, in the cooking. It won't work unless I were to wet it or squish it really hard. You have to wet it with bread. This light bulb right above my head burned out one day, and this is the one I use all the time. So because I'm not using my whole thing of dough, this stuff right here might be getting a little tough. All these times I keep re-rolling it and adding more to it. But I'm not like flipping it in half or anything. Make sure it slides. Make sure it doesn't get stuck on your counter. And if it does, you add a little flour just across it, and it'll be just enough to stick to that sticky spot. And then you'll be fine. But try not to get flour in between your layers if you're adding more layers of dough. bugging you for a moment. Hey, what's wrong with our camera? Get wet again. There. So, now I only have little bits left from that one thing. I think I'll save the little bits from this to go with the little bits from the next group. Do I hear something? Good morning. Good morning, Desmond. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Did you want to check and see if Santa ate everything yet?
Yes. I think I wanted to see. Oh my gosh, he should be here now.
Wait, no, he's gone already. He's already been and gone.
I think. Presents above the tree. I'm gonna go check it out.
Okay. Oh, Desmond. Desmond. Oh, Desmond. Desmond. Oh, there you are. Did you see that? Did you see Desmond? Wasn't that cool? All right, let's do some more cookie baking here. Okay, so make sure you don't have too much flour underneath. So you know, I never added all that flour. The 2 1/4 cups of flour, I only added half of that. I mean 5 cups, I only added half of it. You have to make sure it doesn't stick. You have to always keep checking and deal with it right away. And if it is sticking, then you take your flour, which is at the side, and you wipe it. The deer. I still haven't gotten all the presents wrapped. I'm still not ready for Christmas morning, and yet somehow this is what I'm doing instead of wrapping my presents. Good, better, best. Important, not important. Important and urgent, that would be wrapping gifts. Important but not urgent, that would be making Christmas cookies. Actually, it's probably more like not important, not urgent. But the one that's important is to wrap those gifts. Desmond came down and discovered Santa has been here. Which I've always had a hard time justifying, telling them something that was not true. So I didn't want them to not believe me when I told them about this Savior. The deer. I'm just shoving all these bits together not on top of each other. I'm not re-rolling the whole thing so it becomes really doughy. Now, what I was thinking, you know, these are gingerbread men, but these are white gingerbread men. I have brown gingerbread men, and we could use the browns to make the eyeballs and the, what's the other thing? Something amazing is going on right now with my son, who's texting me. Which could spell a lot of wonderful changes. This guy doesn't look very together. Let's look at him. I didn't squish the dough together enough when I was putting him together. So he's all going to fall apart. I wouldn't recommend doing that. So now this one, oh, that was just fell over the top. Desmond's going to come back down, or he's going to go find Maya. What time is it? Oh, it's 6:45. That's plenty early, right? Is it Christmas happening at your house right now? Oh, there's Desmond again. Hi, want to see what I'm making? Look.
Gingerbread man?
Yeah, I'm making sugar cookie gingerbread men. Do you want to, should we decorate them together? I was thinking if we use some of the gingerbread men dough, we could make eyebrows and eyeballs and lips.
I'm not going to do that.
No, I understand. So tell me what's happening now.
I'm awake. Mommy still wants to sleep for 7:30. And I know Abraham is still sleeping. And Oprah's still sleeping.
And are you just totally excited?
And I'm still sleeping. And I'm still totally excited. I just want to wrap presents right now, but I have to wait.
Would you like to wrap them or unwrap them?
Unwrap them. I wanted to do that, but I can't.
I know, my kids always wanted. You know, one year, like it's 7 in the morning now, but one year when Abraham was little, oh no, Uncle Ben, he was little, he was sitting on the side of the bed. He was sitting on the side of the bed, and he was all dressed at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and he said, "Is it time to get up yet?" It was like it's just time to middle of the night. Nobody was up yet. So, would you like to talk about Christmas? What are you feeling on Christmas morning?
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell them a story about
Okay.
Christmas.
Okay.
Did you know? Did you know?
Here, stand back here so they can see you. That's the best.
Did you know? Christmas is not all about whining for toys. That's not it. You have to believe how good you are. So, and then you get presents if you can, and if you be really good, you can get presents every Christmas morning that you can unwrap when everyone's awake. And you cannot unwrap them when everyone else is sleeping and you're awake. And that's the proper way of Christmas mornings.
Hey.
And how good you can be. What is it?
I was thinking about the Santa story. Should I tell the Santa story?
No, not that. You mean the story about night before Christmas?
Yeah, do you want to
But
hear that one?
no, I need to go potty first.
Okay. Would you like me to tell you the story of the night before Christmas? 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled ourselves down for a long winter's nap, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter. I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. More rapid than eagles as coursers they flew. They came and he whistled and... No. Wait a minute, I forgot some. And then I sprang from the window. No, just a minute. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutter and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. These children haven't heard this story yet, so I'm just going to finish telling them, okay? And then...
No.
And then we were reading what Daniel said. With a little driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be
Saint No.
Nick.
Saint No.
More rapid than eagles as coursers they flew. They came and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. On Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer and Vixen,
Pixie.
on Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetop as coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too.
No. No.
As I drew in my...
No. No.
As I drew in my... I heard the pouncing and panning of each little hoof.
No.
Hey, Desmond, do you want me to stop doing this, or do you want to stop doing
Daniel
this?
told me to teach me.
You said no?
Yeah.
He was writing something to me.
No. No.
So it's Christmas morning.
No.
Do you think that Santa approves of this behavior?
Yes.
Are you sure? This is impacting you getting presents or not? Your
I
behavior
already
this
have
month?
presents upstairs.
So what does that mean?
I still.
That means that you were very good?
Yeah.
You better watch out. You better not shout.
I've been really good for 5 Christmases, you know.
You better not
And I
shout.
always got
I'm
presents
telling
in
you
those
why.
5 Christmas
Santa
mornings.
Claus is
I wrapped all
coming
presents
to
for
town.
that says my name on it.
You wrapped the presents for you? Or did you wrap the ones for Maya?
I wrapped the ones for Maya and her mom, and Santa wrapped the ones for and put them here for everyone.
Wow, and were they in plastic bags or something so you couldn't see what they were?
Sometimes plastic bags.
My mother used to have this huge box in the basement. It was just ginormous, like the table. And in that box were all the presents. They were down under stuff. So let's finish
I've
telling
been
the
very
story.
good.
Of course you have.
I know.
What? Let's finish this thing. And so, as I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings and turned with a jerk. And laying a finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke had encircled his head like a wreath. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, then filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying a finger aside of his nose and giving a rod up
a nod. Up the chimney he rose.
No, down the chimney.
He came already down in. You missed that part. The next part is he sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. And I heard him exclaim ere he rode out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all good night.
Good night.
It's Christmas morning. Would you like some protein to eat to help you get through this day nicely?
No.
How about some eggs? Would you like me to boil some eggs for you? Like a boiled egg?
Yeah, I like boiled eggs, but I don't want some. I'll have for lunch if I want.
Should I boil 1 egg or 2?
I like 2 the best, but I don't want any boiled eggs right now.
But later.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what else is
For
happening
lunchtime.
today? What else is for lunch? Let's look in here.
What is that?
You smell it yet?
Turkey?
Yes.
Christmas turkey
Yeah,
for
we're
a
gonna
Christmas dinner.
Yeah, we're gonna have Christmas dinner.
I knew it. I knew it was Christmas dinner
And
for
you know,
lunch.
you do. What else do we have with our turkey? So we have potatoes,
Nope.
mashed potatoes.
Yeah, mashed potatoes.
Okay, we'll have mashed potatoes.
I like mashed potatoes that are hot.
Okay. Okay, we'll have mashed potatoes.
Olives. Do you have olives?
I have olives.
Yeah, good. What kind? Right, the green ones.
I
Right.
have green ones. Do you like black
You mean
ones?
the
and
ones
green
with the circles or the ones like this?
Well, some of them are whole,
Whole?
and then some of them have a hole in them. It's a different kind of hole, isn't it? WHOLE and HOLE. Which is HOLE?
I know. Hole is like a hole you go down in.
That's right.
Like
what
a
is-
hole in the floor.
And now we spell the other word hole differently. It's got a W at the beginning.
Of hole.
Yeah.
You
and
spell
so the
hole.
whole thing.
You spell HOLE and put a W at the front.
And then it's the whole thing.
Like a whole thing.
That's right, like the whole turkey or the whole dinner.
Whole goo.
This is my Desmond. I love him so much. He's so happy. He has joy.
I'm always becoming really good. Understand more? What? Do you think Daniel's watching?
No, Daniel's not watching, but he's writing to me. He's having some thinking about something, and he's coming up with some ideas. He's understanding something for the first time he ever understood it. It's cool. I like it when people are doing that. Okay, so would you like to help me wrap some presents? I didn't wrap my presents yet.
No, we don't need to, because it's already Christmas morning. You missed wrapping presents.
So what about giving them
Sorry.
to anybody?
No, you're not supposed to do that when you didn't wrap any presents.
So I have to wrap them now before anybody knows I didn't wrap them yet.
And I wrapped one for Abraham and I put it upstairs.
You did? Aw, great. That's awesome. Oprah wrapped one for Abraham also.
Wow, me too. And remember the mommy one we wrapped together with the star? You wrapped a present with me too,
Oh,
remember?
yes, that's right. And it turned it into a star. It was a big star.
Remember you did wrap presents for some people with
I did,
me.
but I didn't wrap for everybody, and I'm feeling guilty. I think I should have done it already, but I was
You can't
tired
breathe
like that.
now.
You're right. I can't breathe. That's his grandma right there. And this is my grandson right there. And he's got my nose.
I got my nose. Dance party, dance party, dance party, dance party.
I'm trying to be quiet this morning so I don't wake everybody up.
Dance party,
But
dance
that's all
party,
over now
dance
because you're
party,
awake.
Dance party, dance party, dance party.
I remember one year on Christmas, I made a Christmas house for Daniel for
I get to eat my
Scarlett
gingerbread
and
house,
Blow.
right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because
Because it's Christmas. I know things have been falling off of there. Like,
Did Santa eat some?
I don't know.
I hope not.
I don't know. You better check it out.
Phew, he didn't eat any. Except one of the gummies. Ah! He ate just one gummy? It teared apart the door.
The door's torn.
Yeah, he ate the gummy.
He ate the door? Really? Did Santa eat the door?
Yeah, the ginger.
How do you know? I mean, don't cough in anyone's
Check.
faces. They don't want to be coughed on. Let's go check.
Of what?
We'll check and see what Santa ate. Let's go over here and check your gingerbread house.
Come on, look. They ate the gum. Santa ate the gummies at the door. He ate the gummies at the door.
Oh.
You see that? That's part of a red gummy. That's part
And all the
of a
gummies on the
green
ceiling are
gummy.
rolling off.
That's just one gummy.
Uh-oh. No, not on Christmas morning. That won't work.
Why?
Because Mommy will have a really rotten day. But would you like a piece of Christmas stolen? I cut it open now.
Uh-oh. It's already dry. I didn't know.
Would you like some Christmas stolen? Look, I opened it up. Look at how good it looks. Do you remember you helped me make that? Would you like a little piece?
No.
Really? It's like cookies and cake with raisins and dates in it. There's a lot of sugar in it, actually.
I can't have too much sugar,
Okay, that's good.
and you can't have it.
Right. So look, Opa's been wrapping presents, so there's presents here.
Oh, what's this?
And,
Is it?
well, these are this one's for Nathan,
One's for me. Is there one?
and this is for Lucas,
Is there any?
and this is from Uncle Kevin from Abe,
To Abe?
from Abe, and this is to Auntie Tess from Abe, and this is to Zane from Opa, Grandma, and Uncle
It's
Abe
for you too.
from me, and that's from Lucas from Opa and Grandma and Abe.
That's from you too.
Abe picked all the presents out, and Opa paid for them. Patty from Opa, which is Willem, and Abe. And there's those, and then
That one. Nathan,
yep.
from you and then and
All right. Do you want me to get the presents I need to wrap? Want to wrap presents with me?
No. Not today. You already missed out the time.
Well, I have to wrap them because I still have time because they don't know that they're not wrapped yet.
But you wrapped those too.
Opa did. So here, let's go get the presents. Oh, first, this is one. Let's wrap this one first.
What do you mean?
This is for Auntie Sweet. Okay?
What?
It's I'm gonna wrap it because it's what she's getting for Christmas. And this is for Uncle Kevin because he loves birdhouses, bird feeders.
So we can build a bird feeder with
So I built it for him. I made that. So it's a birdhouse for Uncle Kevin, and this is for Auntie Sweet. And I'm not sure if anybody wants these other ones. I don't know if I should make them for anybody else.
Oh. I want to keep that one in my room, please.
Do you want this to be for you?
Yeah?
Will you take really, really good care of it? You'll never let it fall apart?
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll wrap it up, and this can be for you, Desmond.
Okay.
Okay. You'll be really careful with it, though, right? Let's see if I can find a plug to plug this in.
Did you wrap any other presents for me? I checked all the names upstairs. You check the names right here.
Let me see. I need this wire here somewhere.
I try to avoid having to do this, to move everything all the time to find the wires. I tried to buy enough of these that I could put one at every place that I would need one. But it's not working that way, is it? Oh, are you connected now? What kind of... Oh, now you're connected. Starting to get late out. I guess Christmas is happening all over the world. All over the Eastern time zone. Oh, it's only 6:30 and Christmas is not till 7:30, so that's hard with children. It's me, yeah. Oh, am I supposed to come upstairs?
No, yeah. You're still pleasant?
Is Mommy sleeping?
Yeah, but that's okay.
I'm wrapping more presents. Hi, Maya. Well, maybe it's time to go upstairs and unwrap presents. Oh, I have to find my present for Maya and Desmond. Where did I put them? Oh my goodness. Not important. Not urgent. Or important and urgent. Anti-sweet. Okay, I gotta get those presents for those little children. Here they are. These are little birds that squeeze them. da-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-dum. Hi. Oh, you're buttoning it up incorrectly. Have to wrap their gifts. I didn't have them out last night. I did not have them out for you last night. You would not have known they were here. So we have been told it's wrapping time. I mean, it's did Maya tell you to come up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you get the door then?
What? Yeah.
Okay.
I'll come up too.
So we're making coffee and then we're gonna go open presents.
Yeah.
All right. But I didn't wrap this.
I wrapped it.
Oh, I didn't wrap Abraham's present.
I just wrapped the one for Maya and Desmond.
Okay. We're just gonna make some coffee and then.
Okay.
Which one's for me?
And I
Oh, you have to wait. You gotta wait. Smoking coffee. Did he eat his cookies and milk?
Yes!
Look at his plate. Look at it. He ate all of it. Whoa.
He gets really full every night.
Oh my gosh. No wonder he's got such a big tummy.
Yes! Christmas every day.
Every day.
Yeah. When Santa gets to know 100 Christmases and everyone has one to be dead, Santa explodes.
He explodes?
Yes, Santa should explode.
I think Santa lives forever.
No, he doesn't.
No?
He will explode Santa.
But he's been doing it for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yeah, I know. But he might explode his tummy. Might explode his tummy.
I see.
And milk. And then his tummy is drinking too much milk. And then he'll explode with eating too much cookies. Forget. Not too much cookies. Anyway. That's okay. We can all wrap presents when we're back upstairs. And it's fine if Abraham is still sleeping, because we really want to wrap presents. And
Well,
Abraham sleeps dinner time.
you asked Grandma about that one. Should we wake him or not wake him? I don't know.
No, like,
Okay.
already, because Abraham sleeps a lot.
He does sleep a long time, and I don't
And
think
we
he'll
wanna
really care.
wrap
I think you'd
And
rather
Abraham
sleep.
sleeps a lot. Okay, so can we please, so we're still at presents. Unwrap presents. Anyway,
Well, did you try and make one?
no, please. Wait, what is it? You say anything?
Open and talk.
for Kevin loved mom.
But not Opa escaping anymore. It's still up.
Hold on, we're waiting for the coffee. Come here. Come sit.
No, me.
Both of you, there's just both of you.
Hey, get on.
No, there's room for both of you. Now listen.
Pushing me.
No fighting on Christmas. Come on.
We wish you
Bell,
a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Did you guys have a good night's sleep?
Yeah. I knew it was Christmas
Was it
morning.
good sleep?
I already eaten this. Like that. Maybe that's I already wrapped Daddy's home.
I don't know. I don't know. You can ask Daddy later. You're going to see Daddy later.
Desmond already went.
I don't need to. I don't need to. I don't need to.
Desmond already went. That's why.
We don't need to. We don't need to. We don't need to.
Alright, well listen. When my coffee is ready, I need a helper.
What?
Someone.
What helper?
Can you stop and listen? I need a helper to carry up the fruit tray so you can eat some fruit while we're open Christmas, okay?
Not me. I'm not gonna do that because I want to eat something else for breakfast.
Oh, you have bananas. What else? Is Santa put oranges in your stockings?
Yes. And bananas for breakfast.
You're grabbing your keys. You sure?
No, I don't need
Okay.
to.
Wait! My coffee's not ready. I know you're excited. I know you're so excited.
I just want to have breakfast. I know. I do. No, anywhere.
What did you ask Santa for? You asked for what was it? Like,
Oh, I also, after I paid Linda's turtles in, I did that already. I was just today after I done
well, who knows? Maybe you got something else.
You
don't know what you got.
I'm gonna watch.
Almost. You guys are so good to wait. You're doing great.
It was the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, even a mouse. The stockings were hung. He's gonna come upstairs too. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap, the suit was soon settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the
Don't hurt
matter.
me. Don't hurt me.
Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutter and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below.
You know
And
my
what to my
favorite
wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh.
You two are my best friends. My favorite present. You are a present though. I don't get to unwrap you, but I get to play with you.
We're not friends. We're a family.
Even better.
And we're funny.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's the best gift ever.
But the best gift is Christmas, so you can believe how good it is. Yeah. The coffee's ready. The coffee's ready. The coffee's
Who's gonna
ready.
get the cream from the fridge for me?
What's the
I
cream
can't
again?
get this bow to undo, but how do you do it? Peel off back and stick.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay, that's much.
Okay,
so this goes
I
up.
will do it. Desi, that's not how you open the
Two
cream.
creams go up.
Stop.
Good
Calm
fish,
down. Stop.
Oh, this?
I thought that was
Things
how you
go up.
I know you did. Because you're going too fast to think straight.
And hey, you know what's cooking in the oven? A turkey.
Turkey, gobble, gobble.
Christmas dinner.
Yeah, want to smell it? Mine, want to go over and smell it?
No, I don't want
Just,
to.
yeah, you can go sit upstairs.
Yeah, we'll be right up.
We'll be right up. Here.
Christmas morning, Christmas morning. Abraham was upstairs.
Okay, so go on upstairs. I'll be right up. This is from the nuns. Are they going upstairs? Who are they for?
Those are for Abe and for you. And for Abe.
Okay, well just take them upstairs. Let's just open them all.
And here are some, in here I didn't know who they were.
Those are for Abe, from his people that's where he lives.
Oh, okay. So I haven't grabbed them yet.
You can take them. Where did the scissors go? Must be underneath this somewhere, I guess. You were watching me. They were that whole time. Oh, hurry. I love this paper one. It's so wonderful. I'm almost there. Just a minute. Okay. Okay.
It's been fun, but we gotta go. Bye. You can do this at home. Results may differ.